ଏହି ମାସ ଶେଷ ସୁଦ୍ଧା ଆଫଗାନିସ୍ତାନରୁ ଉଦ୍ଧାର କାର୍ଯ୍ୟ ଶେଷ କରିବାକୁ ଆଶା ରଖିଛନ୍ତି ଆମେରିକା ରାଷ୍ଟ୍ରପତି ଜୋ ବାଇଡେନ୍। ଏହା ସହିତ କାବୁଲ ବିମାନ ବନ୍ଦର ଉପରେ ଆତଙ୍କବାଦୀ ଆକ୍ରମଣ ସମ୍ପର୍କରେ ଚେତାବନୀ ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି ବାଇଡେନ୍। ଆମେରିକା ସେନାକୁ ଆଇଏସ୍ଆଇଏସ୍ର ବିପଦ ରହିଛି। तालिबान एवं आईएसआईएस आमर शत्रु। अफगानिस्तान रे अस्थिर परिस्थिति मध्यरे अगस्ट 31 सुधा से यही कार्य शेष करने को लक्ष्य रखिंट। अगस्ट 14 रु एपर्यंत 28,000 लोक काबुल छाड़ी। आमे अफगान छाड़ी लोकंकु सीधा सड़क अमेरिका आणु नाहु, सेमानकु अन्य देश रे थिबा एयरबेस को निया जाउछि। सेठारे सेमानकु सुरक्षा नै जांच हेबो, परे सेमानकु अमेरिका अणा जिवो। व्हाइट हाउस रे भाषण देई एहा कहिसंती जो बाइडेन।
We've also been evacuating the citizens of our NATO allies and our partners, including their diplomats, their embassy staff, who remain in Afghanistan, and to get them back to their homes as well. And as we do this, we're also working to move our Afghan allies who stood with us side by side and other vulnerable Afghans, such as women leaders and journalists, out of the country. As of this morning, we have evacuated nearly 28,000 people since August the 14th on both U.S. and coalition aircraft, including civilian charters, bringing the total number of people we've evacuated since July to approximately 33,000 persons. In one 24-hour period this weekend, 23 U.S. military flights, including 14 C-17s, 9 C-130 flights, left Kabul carrying 3,900 passengers. We see no reason why this tempo will not be kept up. During the same period, our military facilitated another 35 charter flights, carrying an additional 4,000 evacuees to other countries that are taking them out. Altogether, we lifted approximately 11,000 people out of Kabul in less than 36 hours. It's an incredible operation. Let me be clear. The evacuation of thousands of people from Kabul is going to be hard and painful, no matter when it started, when we began. It would have been true if we had started a month ago or a month from now. There is no way to evacuate this many people without pain and loss of heartbreaking images you see on television. It's just a fact. My heart aches for those people you see. We are proving that we can move those thousands of people a day out of Kabul. We're bringing our citizens, NATO allies, Afghanis who in fact has helped us in the war effort, but we have a long way to go, and a lot could still go wrong. But to move out 30,000 people in just over a week, that's a great testament to the men and women on the ground in Kabul and our armed services. It also reflects a tireless diplomatic effort. In order to keep a steady flow of planes taking off from Kabul and maximize our evacuation capacity, we have quickly stood up an unprecedented global effort and established a series of processing stations in third countries. In short, we're not flying them directly to their country, we're flying to these processing stations, where we're working with more than 24 countries across 4 continents. We've secured agreements with across the Gulf, in Central Asia, and in Europe, including processing centers in Qatar, Germany, Kuwait, Spain, and elsewhere. It allows us to sort and process these evacuees. These transit centers provide a safe place for the SIV applicants and other vulnerable Afghanis and their families to complete their paperwork while we conduct security screenings and background checks before they continue on to their final destination in the United States or in another country, one of our NATO allies as well. And so from Asia to Africa, from Europe to the Western Hemisphere, nations are making generous offers to support resettlement efforts. And I've been in personal contact with the leaders of many countries, including Qatar, Germany, Spain, Italy, the UAE, and others. They're making vital contributions. To thank them for their support and to discuss how we can continue to coordinate our efforts in Afghanistan moving forward is the reason why I continue in contact with them. And I want to again thank all of our partners for their continuing to stand together. We've also activated the first stage of what's referred to as the Civil Reserve Air Fleet to help with the onward movement of evacuees from these transit centers. Our military aircraft and others will get them to these centers, but then we're going to get the Civil Reserve Fleet. It's a program was designed in the wake of the Berlin airlift after World War II to use commercial aircraft to augment our airlift capacity. This is a voluntary program for our commercial airlines, and we're grateful for those airlines and the U.S. carriers who are supporting us. This effort will only use 3 or 4 planes from each of the major carriers, vast fleets of aircraft. So there should be no effect or a minimal effect on commercial air travel, and we'll stay in close coordination with our partners to mitigate any impact. These Civil Reserve flights will be helping facilitate the safe movement of people from staging locations and transit centers like Qatar or Germany to the United States or to a third country. None of them will be landing in Kabul. Now, the American aircraft that part of this will not be going to any country but the United States.